really swollen and he was limping. I'm just going to do some different triggers, probably tapping and stuff while I talk. Yeah, he started limping and I'm just looking for something to tap on. So typical, it was a bank holiday in England last week, so all the vets were closed, so I called the emergency vets line and I got him in to be seen with the emergency vets just because he was suddenly limping and I was concerned. And the emergency vets basically, it's a really weird setup. It reminded me more of a doctor's office than a vet's. And anyway, we took him there and they had a look at him and we explained, like, we think he injured himself at doggy daycare, but then he's just started limping, so we don't know, like, what's really going on with him. And they took him out the back and they basically got him to run up and down on his lead and did some different tests on him, and the emergency vets was like, well, he's got a temperature, but we can't see a cause for the temperature in spite of, like, his leg being swollen. Yeah, we can't see a cause of the temperature, so we can do a blood test, but that'll be like an instant £200 charge. This is on top of, like, the extortionate amount that you pay just to walk through the door at an emergency vet. But it might just be that he's naturally a hot dog. I always hate, like, when people say that, like, if you're a parent, you've probably been told that about your child as well, like, oh, they've maybe got a fever, it's borderline, it might just be that they run a little hot. It's like, no, but because she couldn't see any obvious sign of the fever, she was like, we want to do blood tests, or we can give you some painkillers and you can see your normal vets on Monday, because we'd already booked him in to see his normal vet because we knew that there was something, like, not quite right. So I'd said to Jordan, because he was there with me, I was like, well, what do you think, what do you want to do? And he gave me, like, a proper non-answer, but I can kind of see why. And then I was like, look, we've got him in Monday, so we might as well try the painkillers and see how he gets on. So we got the painkillers, paid for the most expensive vet's appointment ever, and started him on them, and they, like, didn't even seem to even be touching the pain in his leg. He was just still limping, still lethargic. Like, I was really worried about him. And then on Monday, because normally, like, on a Monday I go into work rather than working from home, but I was like, no, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to go with him to the vets, like, go with Jordan, go with Rosie. So we went to the vets, and, like, this vet was immediately like, okay, I can see his leg swollen, I can see he's not putting weight on it. And she took his temperature, she was like, yeah, his temperature is really high. Also on Saturday or Sunday, I think it must have been Sunday, he stopped eating as well, which, like, Rossi is a really, really foodie dog. Food is life. So, like, when he stopped eating, it was like, there's something not right here. And I'd said to the vet, I was like, he's not eating, he is drinking, but, and they checked his gums, and they're like, he's not dehydrated. And so the vet basically gave him 2 injections. He gave him, like, one of an antibiotic and one of hears food, he'll be downstairs, or he'll like slowly get out of bed. It's only if he thinks he's going to be forced to do exercise. So I called them and I got him an appointment, and I went through in the afternoon, and the vet was like, his leg is healing, and she was like, I can tell his leg's healing, but it's still swollen, and I would expect him to be back to normal in his mood. Because I was like, he's really not, because I'd said, I was like, I would rather have bought him and you tell me I'm being an idiot, and that I just need to give him a bit longer for the antibiotics to kick in. But yeah, she was like, no, there's definitely something not right, and she's like, I want to give him a blood test. So she took him out the back. She'd taken his temperature, and his temperature was still high, and he was still very, like, he did bark at another dog in the vets, but he was still not Rossi, clearly not Rossi. So she took him out the back, and she took some bloods from him, and she was like, I'll give you some different antibiotics, like give him both. So he's got 2 tablets to take now, and she also gave me like some high calorie food stuff, because he started to lose weight, and he's a small dog, he doesn't have a lot of weight to lose, so want to get him eating again as quickly as possible. So yeah, they are going to call me tomorrow, which I say tomorrow, I'm filming this on Thursday, and this video will be out on Friday, so by the time you're watching this, depending when you're watching, I might already have the answer. The blood test is really just precautionary to check that there's nothing further going on, and to see if there's anything that they need to do for him. But essentially I should hear tomorrow what the results are. Hopefully they're all good. I imagine it will be. It might just be that the infection, like the antibiotics, weren't the right kind for the infection he has. Also, when she was checking him over, she did notice like a little cut on his leg that none of us had spotted, and she said, I think maybe this is where the infection's got in. So we'll see, that's all we can do, but hopefully these antibiotics are just going to kick in. He's just going to be running around like mental from next week or by Saturday, because it's no fun when your pet's sick. I think a lot of you watching are pet lovers, so you'll know what I mean. Pet lovers, animal lovers, was a great term. So that's the Rossi update. I wasn't intending to do a ramble. Like, I know I started tapping on things, but I was like, oh, it's too loud, sorry. But I guess I'm just doing a ramble now. Also, do you like my nails? They've got glitter on the side of the nail, which I'm still not convinced is a thing. I'm getting them redone again in a couple of weeks, because me and Jordan are off to a wedding in a couple of weeks. I've just ordered my shoes for that, and I'm excited for them to arrive so I can turn them on, try them on, and realise that there's no way that I can walk in them. Also, I'm trying to think what else is happening in my life, apart from the dog costing me a small fortune. He is insured, by the way, but the amount that the blood test cost is pretty much equal to the excess on his insurance policy, so I'm like, there is no point claiming for that because it is the excess. I don't think there's any point claiming for it because it's the excess, but if they come back and they're like, oh no, his kidney functions really bad, he needs this and this, then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to submit this for insurance. Yeah, tomorrow, or as you're watching this, maybe today, or maybe even yesterday, Friday, I have to speak in front of about had like a quick run through today, and our CEO was like, well, if it overruns, it might be that me and one of the other guys get pushed to next month. But he was like, but I don't think that'll happen. But we'll see. I guess it depends if there's like technical difficulties or how much other people speak. But yeah, I had a run through of my presentation today that I did for one of the other teams who are also in support. It was like the management of that team, because we work very closely, and I was like, I'm going to do a run through, let me know what you think. And they only changed a couple of things, or suggested a couple of things, which I've done. So tomorrow I'm going to have to print out my speaker notes and try and memorise them. Interestingly, they all know I do ASMR, and they know I've got a YouTube channel, but they mentioned, oh, the way that you speak is really relaxing. Like maybe I've just naturally, my normal speaking voice is a little bit relaxing and calming, who knows. I am still running loads, getting ready for the Great North Run in September, which will hopefully be a good race, and I'll get a personal best. We'll see, fingers crossed. I was meant to go out today and then didn't, because I'd had like a really bad pain in my hip all of yesterday, and so I was like, I don't want to risk it. But the reason I was meant to go out today is because I'm trying to do like 20 miles a week, and on Saturday I've got a haircut, so that means I've got to drive through to Sunderland at 9 AM. So if I want to do like a long run, I'll have to get up really early. So I didn't particularly want to have to get up at 5 AM, force myself to eat some food, and then run for 10-11 miles. So like normally I'd run on a Thursday because I do 6 miles or as close to 5 or 6 miles on a Monday and on a Wednesday, and so that, and then if I do like say 4 miles on a Thursday, then that means I just have to do quick maths in my head, 4 miles or something to get out to the 20 on the Saturday. So like I'll do that on weekends where I've got my daughter, because I feel bad if I go for a long run when I've got her, because it's my time with her. And so I think I've done 11 miles so far this week, so I need to fit in a 9-mile run on Saturday, which for me is only about an hour and a half, but when you've got to do it before 9 AM, and that's like including getting showered, so I'll have to probably set off just before 7. So it's not going to be a relaxing weekend, but me and Jordan are going to go out for some food